Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone that can hear the sound of my voice to this
Uh,
week's edition of the Petty and Uninformed podcast. We say a special Happy Pride Month to all my alphabet people out there, and hope you are well and not lynched or beat to death or anything. Nikki, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. And again, happy Pride Month. I'm an alphabet person, so I'm excited for the representation. I have not went outside to Pride, but I did quite literally do Pride at home. How about you,
I
Richard?
uh,
How are you?
I went to Pride 2 years ago in the nearest city to me, and there were a bunch of unattractive men in very short clothes, and they smelled of BO, and that sort of put me off.
Aw. I've never actually been to like a real Pride shindig of any kind. I go on Second
Shindig.
Life. Yeah, shindig. I went on Second Life. They have a thing called Pride at Home, and I just thought it was funny. I was like, I'll celebrate Pride in my underwear, as God intended.
Yeah, actually, pretty sure God didn't intend anyone to celebrate Pride. He's pretty definite about that.
Is he? Because he makes penguins and other species gay, so maybe that's just something we've read incorrectly, or translated incorrectly, or added.
Whack, whack, whack.
Because
That
most of
law
the time,
means that we're
I know.
talking about religion, and we're not allowed to talk about religion. So.
You brought it up.
I realised my mistake seconds after it began. I was making a joke, and then I forgot that you can't, don't really have a sense of humor, and
Yeah,
you
I'm the
just
worst.
instead of laughing, you yeah, just
I
sort
just
of
take
went
it
on,
take it
take it,
literally.
take it literally, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So anyway, speaking of no, no, do you know what? You are beautiful and amazing, and I am very proud
Uh-huh.
of everything you've accomplished.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Just saying. Just no, I'm putting that out there.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Moving on from the top of humanity, which is Nikki, to the lower echelons of humanity, which is this dip ass, we have a man that tried to become bulletproof. I wish I was joking.
Microdosing bullets.
He was microdosing bullets. He shot himself in the leg with .177 pellets, and after 2 months, they stopped breaking the skin, so he moved up to 2.22 pellets. Uh,
22.
and his goal was to move on to like .22 short rounds, no actual bullets. Now, for those of you who aren't medically aware, what was happening is the scar tissue was protecting his leg from all the bullet holes, so it wasn't breaking the skin anymore because of all the scar tissue. Right, Nikki?
Yep.
That's right.
That's absolutely correct. Yes.
But the scar tissue is not going to stop an actual bullet being fired at a velocity of. You know what? I'm going to look it up. What is the velocity of a .22 round? Let's find out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a 22 short round can actually go through a car door. So, sure, he can shoot himself with a BB gun now and not feel anything or whatever. It's because he's already done damage. But
Yeah.
there's only so much thickening your skin can do. So, what's the
And
velocity?
so the velocity is 340 meters per second.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And just for clarity, the velocity of a 22 pellet is.
What did it say, like 90, 120?
Oh, bollocks. That's in metric. 700 feet per second.
More math.
So that's 1 second. I'm working this out in my head. 340 meters per second. It's going to be about 1,100 feet per second. So there's a difference. That's not actually as radically different as I thought it was going to be. Huh. Anyway, one's a bullet, the other's a small piece of plastic. We don't really need to dig that deep into
700 feet is 213 meters.
Right. And 340 is about 1,100. So that's only a difference of 400 feet per second. I thought it was going to be like thousands.
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't going to be like, I figured it would be like 100 or 2.
But I feel like we're really trying to give too much credence to this myth, right? So what happened? He shot himself in the leg with a bunch of pellets. He built up scar tissue so the pellets would just bounce off it and it wouldn't break the skin, and he thought he was becoming bulletproof. That's what was happening. And then he shot himself in the leg with a 2.22 short round and ended up in the hospital. I pray to God. I pray to a God that I do not believe in, that this is a troll making up BS on the internet, because I don't want to think there's somebody that stupid in the world that would genuinely believe that they were building up a tolerance to bullets by shooting himself with pellets.
I don't know. Sometimes the dumb is real, you know?
I mean, they're not even made with the same material. I mean, I'm getting that. Again, I'm just lending too much. I'm applying more logical thought to this than this
The
bloke
guy that
apparently
did it, possibly. And
Yeah.
I mean, like, it does look like it came from 4chan.
Yeah, that is
So who
4chan.
knows? It could have very much been a, let's see if I can get some dumb kids to start shooting themselves. Because he says, if any of you feel bold enough, though, feel free to carry on in my place. But basically,
Yeah.
found out that shooting himself in the leg freaking sucks. Which tells me, though, however, somebody else didn't shoot him in the leg. He was doing this at point blank range. Or close. How do you shoot yourself in the leg without it being like almost point blank range?
How do you? Well, you pull out a gun and you take the safety off, and you aim it at your leg, and you pull the
Yeah.
trigger. That's how I would imagine he did it.
Right. So point blank.
I mean, that's the only way.
Right. So I mean, like, that's even more damage.
Yeah, I mean that's you're gonna get burned from the gun barrel as well.
I agree with Gabby. Anybody that says one nurse was a cutie pie with QT 3.14, yeah, isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. You're correct.
But there's a lot of people that subscribe to the idea that you can build up a tolerance to something by exposing yourself to small amounts of it. Like there's that old myth
Exposure therapy.
that you can become immune to venomous snakes by injecting yourself by a small amount of their venom, when the opposite is true. You actually become more susceptible to it because
Yeah.
that's how venom works.
Yeah.
Like there
Yeah,
was
people aren't bright.
that bloke in France that loved Black Widow spiders and wanted to fluffle one without having to worry, so he microdosed himself with the Black Widow venom,
Wow.
and then he died.
He could have fluffled one, right? And gotten bitten and probably been okay.
Yeah.
He might have been like, because just a regular, standard, healthy, middle-aged person is going to survive a Black Widow spider bite. They're going to be sick as hell. But just like with a brown recluse, you're going to be sick, but you'll survive it, chances are, unless something is wrong with you immune wise. So I would have just fluffled the freaking Black Widow, let it bite me, and then went about my day. I did the thing. I don't. People are dumb. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a thing that some kid was doing, though.
I mean, even on you don't need to get bit. I mean, spiders they only bite things they want to kill or in self-defense. So as long as you're
Correct.
careful, you could
hmm
probably have a Black Widow run across your hand and be okay. As
Oh,
long as you didn't
absolutely.
make any sudden movements or anything.
Right. Or make it think that you squished it.
Yeah.
You know, Black Widows, they can be aggressive if their babies are around or whatever, but for the most part, they're pretty chill. It's like wolf spiders. The only time they're going to bite you is if they think that you're going to crush them. Same with brown recluses. A lot of the times people get in trouble with brown recluses because they're putting on a piece of clothing that the brown recluse is in, or they're getting inside of a sleeping bag that had it in there, and it bites because it thinks that you're about to squish it.
I'd take the brown recluse over. No, I'd take the Black Widow bite over a brown recluse.
Oh, me too. Me too. Though a lot of the pictures that you see online about brown recluse bites, those are fake. They're not from brown recluse bites.
Nah, but it's like whatchamacallit, the venom in a brown recluse spider is like a lot more
Yeah, it absolutely
horrific.
can. Oh yeah, it can be very necrotizing, especially if you have like immunity issues, um, or autonomic issues, that kind of stuff. But you know, yeah, I'm with you. I'd rather have a Black Widow bite than a brown recluse. Brown recluse, well, both of them can put you in the hospital if you get enough of them.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the widow's bite is more lethal, but I think the brown recluse spider's venom melts your muscles in your skin, doesn't it? And the widow's is more
It
neurological.
can. It can. I've never had that problem. I was one of those people that wasn't allowed to go to the doctor and stuff growing up. I've been bitten by brown recluses, and I just dope myself up with vitamin C. I've never had scarring due to it or anything like that.
Dose yourself with vitamin C, is that a thing?
Oh yeah, I just take a lot of vitamin C, drink a lot of orange juice, stuff like that, and I've never had it like necrotized. Like I said, a lot of those pictures, especially that one of the thumb, if you know, you know, where the guy's thumb is like split open from the necrotizing whatever. It's not from, that's not actually from a brown recluse bite. I can't remember what it was from, but it was not a brown recluse. But they can kill, they can kill the surrounding flesh around it, and it can cause nerve damage depending on where you get bitten.
So, like, if you had to get bitten by a venomous animal, which one would you pick?
A bee?
A bee?
I mean, not bit. I mean, that would be stung. Let's see. A fire ant?
A fire ant? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. They're technically venomous.
That's
It just doesn't affect us.
yeah. I was gonna. Yeah, you thought of a clever way around it. Okay, something that does affect us.
Mm, probably like a wolf spider or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it doesn't affect you too horribly bad. And wolf spiders are cute AF. I've actually been thinking about getting a jumping spider at some point as a pet.
Oh, 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 Gabby's calling you out.
For what?
While some studies have explored the use of high-dose vitamin C in treating brown recluse
Yeah, they
spiders,
probably
the
don't.
evidence suggests it does not significantly reduce healing time or scarring.
Ah, well, there you go. It's never. I don't know. I just heard about it, so I did the thing, and I've never
Old
had a
wives'
problem
tale.
with it. Yeah.
Placebo effect.
Hey, I'm all for the placebo effect. I got my doth pierced for the placebo effect, and the way I see it is, if the placebo works, it works. If my brain thinks that I'm feeling better, then I'm feeling better.
Yeah, good old Obi Kelp.
I mean, that's why people have sometimes good responses to placebos, because their mind goes, oh, this does work. And for a little bit, you get some relief. And I think some people are okay with that. Like, I got my doth pierced knowing that scientific studies show that it doesn't help with migraines.
But you did it anyway.
Yeah, I got it for like Christmas. I think one time my nephew bought me the doth piercing because, he had heard about it, and I had heard just situational people telling me, who had migraines, that it helped them. And so I was like, listen, even if scientifically it's a placebo, if it works on me, then it works on me. News flash, it didn't work, but it did look really cool while I had it.
That's nice. Plus, your parents really can't say anything because you're like, well, I'm doing this for medical reasons. Not that you'd care, but
Yeah, no, I was an adult at this point. I think it happened like 10 years ago. I got my doth pierced.
okay, I'm just going to fucking say, what's a doth?
It is in your ear. If you put your finger like in the hole of your ear and then just kind of drag it up on the outside, that first lip of cartilage right there is your doth. That's where a doth goes. And that real thick chunk of cartilage.
I had my ears pierced once when I was like 13, and I had a horrible allergic reaction to it, so I never did it again.
Yeah. I have a really hard time with piercings as well. I did a lot better with my industrial and stuff using stainless steel, but you give me gold or anything like that, I break out. I just can't wear it in my ears. It's like my body immediately goes, something is in here that's not supposed to be in here. Let's reject it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I never tried it again after that. Never had a tattoo, only had my ears pierced once. I've barely lived.
I love my tattoos.
I know, but they look good on you. Your arm one's really hot.
I do like my arm one. It's very pretty and very girly, which I wouldn't have appreciated like 10 years ago, but I definitely appreciate now.
Well, I mean, it looks great. Now, on from one idiot shooting himself into the leg to the breakup of the century. I don't know. And I just want to make this fucking clear to everyone. I will not care about politics at all. I'm a libertarian. Republicans, Democrats, Tory, Labour, get rid of all of them and replace them with something different because this
They all
system
suck. Yeah.
ain't working. But I just got to talk about our poor, the president of the United States, leader of the free world, Donald Trump, who right now is probably sitting in the Oval Office with one of Elon Musk's shirts, listening to a mixtape, crying his eyes out. I mean, my heart goes out to him, really. We've just been witnessing this whole week this horrible, messy, teenage-esque breakup going all
Really
over Twitter.
is.
All over Twitter. I think Trump's been banned now from Twitter.
I love the fact that they're both talking trash on separate platforms that they each own. because Trump hasn't been on Twitter. He's been posting on whatever the heck that is, Freedom, whatever. And then you've got Elon, who owns X, who's Twitter, who's over there tweeting bull crap. It's a beautiful thing, really. It's so funny because, like, what was it? Like, Elon basically said that he loved Trump, as much as one man could love another, like one straight man could love another.
Yeah.
And yeah. And now they're breaking up. And it's really hilarious to watch the Republicans kind of split between those who just think that Trump is amazing and those who are siding with Elon. But I don't know.
It's just some of the cope I've been seeing from like, I don't know, Trump and Musk shippers. Trust and Musk. They just call them what they are, shippers.
Yeah, they're
Trust and
shippers.
Musk. That has been truly, like, I read this one post from this dude who was saying that we were witnessing like a disagreement between two men with titanic balls, and this is what masculinity looks like. And I was like, what? I read it and I was just like, what? Bitch, this is what two teenagers having a breakdown.
Yeah, it does. It looks like two teenagers having a breakup. Well, I think your Bill's dumb. Well, I was tired of you anyway. Well, you were in the Epstein files. Ta-da! There, I said it.
So, okay, so like, let's be serious for a moment. If Musk is pulling that one out, that means he's known for a while. So at some point, he was okay with Trump being a pedophile, but now he's not okay with it.
Yes, that is what I'm trying. I'm like, guys, come on. Like, if he knew that and he didn't say crap, then something's changed. And then you have people that are like, oh no, they're playing 4D chess, and this is just, they have to do that in order to X that bill out. They're making this, on purpose so that people vote the way out that bill the way they want to or whatever. And I'm like, y'all, it's two boy children, like two man babies having an ego off.
It's just, and I don't care. I don't care about the politics of it all. I don't care that he's the richest man in the world. Well, I care to the point that it's funny. I care that the leader of the free world and the literal richest man in the world are currently just crying.
The leader of the free world and the breeder of the free world are having a fight.
Having a messy ass spat. And so we got to ask the hard questions right now. Okay, so who gets America in the divorce?
Well, I mean, Trump does, because Elon's not American. I'm just waiting for them to deport him or something.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
He's not from here. Like, I think he has dual citizenship, though that's taken into question supposedly. I don't know. And I don't care. Like, it's Elon Musk. And I feel there are some things, I understand that he's been on ketamine. He swears he hasn't for a while, but you see the show, like, you see the videos of him like rolling his neck or just spacing the hell out. And some of that might just be autism, though. I mean, some of it might be Zig Heiling. That is not autism. It's not. The chainsaw, him jumping up and down, could be autism. Him balancing that fork and spoon on his pinky and just blowing off whatever, that could have been autism. If he's just that into I mean, that's pretty impressive. And it probably takes a lot of concentration. And it's probably boring where it is. But you're right, Gabby. Elon's not our real mom.
She can't tell us what to do.
Ah,
Okay, so like, if it does come to like a messy divorce, I'm on Trump's side. I just want that noted. Elon Musk, cheated at Diablo 4 and Path of Exile as a gamer. That offends me. So I'm
well,
taking Trump's side on this.
well, and also, I mean, Elon kind of started it with the essentially saying, "I made you." You know, I invested all of my money into you, and everything would have been run by Dems if it weren't for me.
Is that what caused it? I didn't know what caused it.
Okay, so essentially, what caused it was the New York Times had this thing that they did with Elon. They asked him about the bill. He was being very nice and the way that you should be in politics during that interview. But the one clip that the New York Times used was him saying that he didn't think the bill was beautiful at all and he thought it was irresponsible because it raises our debt cap to like by 3 trillion or some crap like that. So he's like, this is a really bad idea. And out of everything nice that he had said, that's what the New York Times ran with. And so then it started with, that started the whole thing.
Oh,
You
I
know?
didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's what the leader of the free world was angry about, was an
Oh,
offhanded remark in a New
yeah.
York Times. And Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what kicked it all off was Elon basically saying, I don't like this bill and I think it's fiscally irresponsible and I'm kind of ashamed of you guys considering it.
So I think we can tell from the reaction. Is it sexist to say that Elon wears the pants in that relationship?
I mean, I think so, but apparently, supposedly, his ketamine has gotten so used that um, he and Trump are having issues with going to the bathroom properly.
Okay. So what?
Okay,
Are
so he
diapers
says,
involved?
okay, so first of all, it is already a known fact that Trump wears diapers, right? He's taken a lot of amphetamine. I'm not saying methamphetamine, but Adderall and stuff, and it is known that he is incontinent. Elon is apparently telling news sources that he hasn't been on ketamine in a long time, but he has told insiders, like some friends or whatever, that he's been having issues with basically his bladder because he's been on supposedly he's been taking doses of Adderall, shrooms, LSD, and ketamine fairly regularly. And Trump is now saying that he is a big time drug addict.
That stuff changes you, doesn't it?
Which stuff? I mean,
Just mushrooms. I don't.
Mushrooms can help. Actually, mushrooms have medicinal purposes. If he was microdosing them for like depression, it is known to work. They're doing scientific studies now with it. The problem is like if you're mixing shrooms and LSD, which are both psychedelics, and they do wire your brain differently, but then you're taking ketamine, which is dissociative. Like it's kind of a mix for disaster. I can't imagine being on all of those things and Adderall at the same time.
Adderall. That'd slow you down though if you're on speed, wouldn't it?
It depends if you have ADHD. Like me, yeah, Adderall will knock me out. I'll take a nap. I can take an Adderall and go to sleep like 30 minutes later. If you're not, then no, you're just gonna be up. And who knows how much Adderall is being taken, honestly. But even
This
just
is
a
all
regular
alleged,
amount.
by the way. This is
Yeah,
all
I already said
allegedly.
supposedly, alleged. This is coming from sources around.
This is the
the
Petty
White
and
House.
Ill-Informed podcast. We pride ourselves on being petty and ill-informed. Okay?
Correct. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know what the validity of this is. I mean, Elon does display some symptoms of being on a disassociative, like ketamine. But I mean,
if he gets whatchamacallit deported, then it won't matter. We can say whatever we want. But until then, alleged.
I don't think he's gonna get deported. I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
as I said, I'm siding with Trump in the divorce. I just,
Well, I mean, you kind of have to, don't you? And I don't know. I don't side with either.
well, yeah, but like for the sake of the joke,
I don't know. Out of the two of them, I prefer Elon's autistic ass. But they're both
And-
scary in their own ways, honestly. So I'm just gonna go with Trump on this one.
I think Trump's way more entertaining than Elon Musk is. Plus, Elon Musk cheated at Diablo 4 and Path of Exile.
That's true.
And he was already the richest man in the world. He'd already won, so he didn't need to do that at all. So sorry, but you're a dickhead. That's just how I feel,
Yeah.
and that's not allegedly. That's proven science.
Proven science. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I imagine having billions of dollars, right? You can do and probably have done whatever you wanted, but you feel so disconnected and so unworthy and so in need of validation that you pay somebody to play a game for you so that you could say you're the best at it. Like it was all 100% for clout, and it's all because, he just wanted to be cool. And I think that that's kind of sad.
I mean,
That's
to
just
be
me.
honest, it'd be like it'd make more sense if he couldn't get a high score because he was too busy running, all his businesses that make him the richest man on the earth.
Right. That's true. But I mean, but it's nice, to be a nerd and to have clout among the nerds. I think that he just
No, it doesn't.
is
Then
in a
he's an idiot.
constant I think that he's in a constant search for something to fulfill him, and he doesn't have anything.
It's just he picked the worst community to pull that on.
Yeah.
Because like the speedrunning community, and I hate to given that I am diagnosed with autism myself, that to disrespect my own people like that, but the fucking speedrunners are the most autistic people on this planet, and if you've cheated in any way, they're going to figure it out in minutes. They could look at your gameplay and just be like, that's wrong, you're doing that wrong.
Right. I mean, Gabby, it is considered cheating. If you were going to college and you had someone else write your paper, that's cheating.
Yeah, it's called botting, Gabby. It's very it's cheating. It's like a tool-assisted speedrun, and it's very well. There is a separate category for it.
Yeah, but when you pay someone to do it for you, it's still cheating because he got that score by doing something dishonest. He said that he played, and he did not.
So Path of Exile is ridiculously complicated.
Yeah, and it would be different if like he had them help him level up or maintain gear. But the fact is when they showed him playing that game, he really didn't understand.
He didn't have a clue what he was doing. That's how he got caught.
Right. So he obviously didn't play. It would be different. Like, say I was a billionaire and I really want to play World of Warcraft and I still want to go fucking mythic raiding on Tuesday nights or something, but I don't have time to sit there and grind for gear all week. Well, as long as I'm still good at mythic raiding, I wouldn't have a problem with him going, here, gear me up so I can mythic on Tuesday nights. Like, that's fine. He's still playing on Tuesdays. He's still capable of mythic rating. Like, we're talking in World of Warcraft terms, but that's still, your skill level is there. Your time is not. And had he been honest and was like, hey, I paid this guy to get me my gear and shit, and I just want to play the game at top level, most gamers wouldn't have had an issue with it. Because they would understand, you're Elon Musk. You've got 10 million companies. You're constantly finding new patents. Like, you're this generation's Thomas Edison, my guy. We get it. So, but he didn't do that. He pretended like that was all him.
It's just, it's cheating. And there was no need for it. It's just like, I understand why, like, people on forums, nobodies want to cheat for clout and money and stuff, because there is money in speedrunning these days. But, like, when you've already won, when you're already at the top, you know what I mean? It's just so unnecessary.
Like I said, I really feel like Elon is probably like most billionaires. They don't have a lot of friends and a lot of people that, they think are cool. They don't think they're cool. And I have a feeling that Elon feels that disconnect, and he just desperately wanted the game community to accept him. That's what I think. I honestly see Elon Musk as like just what's going on. Like, I see him as an emotionally underdeveloped guy who just desperately wants to be cool and to be part of something bigger than himself, and he sucks at it because he's also a bit of a narcissist. But yeah, anyway, I do feel I am finding great entertainment at their breakup, though.
The breakup is hilarious. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah,
It's
I
just
think
so funny.
everybody thinks it's funny unless they were really, like you said, they were hoping for it.
The only thing that could excuse me, make this any better is if it brought the right and left together. They were just like, do you know what? This shit is funny.
Okay, now there are some people on the right that are finding it somewhat amusing. And, and there are some people on the right who are, slowly coming out and saying things. So I think that it could bring them closer together, but it's not like they're going to see eye to eye. They're just a few steps closer than what they were before.
Yeah, I know, but like that's progress.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially now that you have Republicans coming out and openly stating Elon did nothing with Doge. Like, all of his posturing was a lie, and we didn't find that. Like, even Republicans are now saying it, which is great because now we're on the same page.
That's good. That's what we want. Because, like, the divide is
the divide's massive, and it's disgusting. You have one side both sides actually just demonize the other. They don't have to know the person. They don't have to know anything else about them other than what they perceive that person voted. I can't tell you how many times I've been called a Democrat, and how many times I've been called a Republican, and how many times I've been yelled at and told that I should die because they thought they knew something about me. It's like ridiculous. They just immediately go, oh, Democrats are awful. Oh, Republicans are all racist. It's not like that. And they do it on purpose, I think.
Yeah,
I think they do it on purpose because here's the thing. Our office is so crappy. If just half of us would join in tandem, we could make a change. But it's easier to have us fight each other than for us to be able to, stand up and together and do something.
Well, yeah. I mean, they want you in little boxes fighting each other, so we don't all come together and revolt.
Right.
I mean, that's Muslims suck, Christians suck, gays suck.
Yep.
That's what they try and do.
Yep. That person is taking your cookie. You only have
Yep.
3 cookies. That person has one. They're taking your cookie. Meanwhile, they've got 50 million on them. Don't be mad at the rich people that are running stuff. Be mad at your next door neighbor because, reasons. What is this game?
What? Oh, this is Dead Zone Rogue. It's roguelike.
Oh, nice. That looks nice.
It is actually. It's really. What's the word? Simple arcadey fun. It's just run and gun game for and you just fight your way through zones. It's just, you know what a roguelike's like. It's just that.
Yeah, they're like my favorite.
Well, it's in early access at the moment. But it's just mind-numbing fun. The other thing I've been playing lately is Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. It's on
I've
sale right now for £6.
never heard of it.
It's the last game in the the Rocksteady's Arkham series,
Oh, okay.
and I had held off on getting it for the longest time because I was told it was terrible. And it is like a massive departure from the rest of the series. The Arkham series was just like the pinnacle of Batman awesomeness, and
Yeah.
it's not a patch on them, but it is simple arcadey fun. So I enjoy it. I've been having fun with that as well.
I like a good arcade, like
Yeah, I mean,
simple.
just you don't always want complicated games like what happened on EastEnders. Let's see. Kat was tricked into working with Harvey by Cheeky, who was just a throwaway character. Jean came back and was not happy about that. They kissed and made up on the last episode of the week. George helped Cindy relaunch a business. Elaine wasn't happy about that. Ted. Oh, there was some great moments with Teddy and Nicola and his family where they were all sitting around pretending everything was normal, which I found highly amusing.
Yeah, because everything was not normal.
Everything was totally normal and fine. It was great. I loved that.
And then Noel got the little kid to like pay for porn.
Oh yeah, like that offends me. I'm just going to be honest. Like paying for porn offends me in the
I
age of the
agree.
internet. You can literally type boobs into Google and get porn.
Yep.
So it's offensive to me paying for it.
I agree. What kind of porn do you need to pay for as like a
Yeah.
15-year-old kid? What kind of stuff you into, 15-year-old kid, that you can't get on like RedTube?
Where it's like, yeah, it's just ugh. Ugh. I just yeah, Pornhub and RedTube are totally free. And you can get really good videos on those. So I don't know. I don't know why you'd pay for it. I don't understand men that need to pay for it. I don't understand anyone that needs to pay for it, regardless of gender. I guess it's like a power and control thing because you can like get the women to do stuff specifically for you. But like a committed relationship with someone you love and trust, you get the same thing. So, and that's free, kind of.
Mostly.
Mostly. There are a few hidden costs, but but it's not as expensive as paying outright for porn. All right.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Every once in a while, I'll toss like $7 to one of the girls that makes the comic porns that I read. every once in a while I'll get like 1 month of subscription, so $5.99, because I'm like, I feel like reading your stuff, but that's like once a year, and that's because I don't read her stuff but once a year. That's like maybe 2 comics that she completed.
Oh.
Worth it if you can't get it anywhere else. And
You,
also, I appreciate her art, so I might as well give her a little bit of something. It's like every once in a while on YouTube, I'll subscribe to like someone's Patreon just for a month, just to kind of go, thanks.
Thanks for everything you do. So you tip them.
Essentially, yeah. But I can't imagine doing that for like a webcam girl or guy. Because that crap's expensive. We're not talking $5. We're talking like 20, 50.
Yeah.
That's
For what?
crazy.
For them
For
to put a certain thing somewhere, you say.
So that now that like at least on porn sites now you can watch a 30-minute video instead of like the 15-minute video. Woohoo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I give just a tip, Gabby. That's correct.
I don't get it. I'll never get it.
I don't get it either. I mean, I don't know. I guess some people are lonely and they think that they have something special with these girls. But I mean, like a 15-year-old, what do you need to pay for porn for? Everything's porn. The JCPenney catalog is porn. You're 15.
15, yeah. You can just look
You
at
can wank it to everything.
just look at a mountain with 2 peaks, and that's good enough at that age.
That's right. Like, just hold a couple peaches in your hand. Something. Like, you're going to start out at 15 paying for porn? That's insane. Like, I wouldn't. My 15-year-old son watching porn, I would have to have a discussion with him, but I would mainly be pissed at the fact that he paid for it with my credit card.
Yes, that's the other thing, because Kat thinks it's Alfie that bought the porn.
Yeah, and of course, him going, I didn't do it, is gonna make
It's
her
not
go
gonna
bull
work.
crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take me a moment to be like, sure, you didn't pay for the porn. Sure, you didn't, Alfie. But I mean, like, she's got to know him well enough.
Well, yeah, you'd think so. Plus, he had prostate cancer not that long ago, so I doubt he's in the show in a position to be doing much of that anyway.
Oh, I mean, well, that's a lie. You can have prostate cancer and then they just give you a penile implant so you can pump it up and it's hard whenever you want it to be. You're essentially like a Nike Air. You have a little pump on the side of your scrotum and you pump it up and your penis gets hard. So Alfie can now have sex whenever he wants to.
That's just okay.
Now you know. I'm sorry. Little medical tangent there.
Didn't know that was a thing, but
Absolutely is. My first ever surgery that I ever witnessed was a prostatectomy with a penile implant.
god damn. The things they can do with modern technology.
What's really funny is, so they cut you like horizontally across like almost the top of your penis, like at your not your abdomen but your pelvis. And then so they were doing the surgery and he has to like stick his fingers in the top of that towards the penis to like make room to put the implant. And while he was doing that, Let's Get It On came on. And I was trying so hard not to laugh because this doctor has like 3 fingers in this man's penis. And Marvin Gaye came on and I was just looking around like, does anybody else know I'm the only one that thought this was funny? Okay.
This is just. How did we get here to penile?
I don't know, man. You said prostate with Alfie, and I was just letting you know that Alfie can still enjoy his woman, and
And
vice
just
versa.
bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we started this show with someone that was trying to become bulletproof, and now we're on penile implants. You can't get that level of quality with any other show on the internet.
That's true. My rampant ADHD is a blessing.
We're just going to go down the rabbit hole. Well. Oh, and that's it. It's over now.
Yeah, I'm done.
We're done. Anything else? We cover everything.
I think we covered everything.
All right. Well, I guess that wraps it up for this week. We will return next week, despite the hopes of many. It's good night from me. Oh, remember to check out AI Lovecraft. The link's in the description. It's good quality entertainment. We will return next week. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.